This is Nikolai Levashov, a physicist before he immigrated from Russia. He calls himself a mind healer. And this is Isabel Pritchard. She has cancer. In desperation, her parents turned to Nikolai Levashov.
Would you entrust your life or the life of your child to this man? Some say he looks more like a magician than a doctor. He says that by moving his hands over people, he can transform damaged cells into healthy ones. And he claims to have cured hundreds of patients. The parents of little Isabel Pritchard hope he's right.
Isabel was born happy and healthy. Then at just 2 months, an ominous bulge appeared on her forehead. She became racked with pain. Her odyssey had begun.
It was terrifying to imagine that there would be something in there, in her head, that was causing her so much discomfort.
What we had to tell the family is that this more than likely was a very malignant growth. If surgery was not done, Isabel would not have lived more than a few weeks due to the elevated pressure on her brain.
Dr. Muhonen immediately operated on Isabel. He removed a tumor bigger than her fist from the baby's skull. Tragically, the growth was malignant. There was no way to stop it from recurring.
I was not in any way prepared to hear that it was malignant and that there was no cure. We were looking at having it at the outside a year with her.
Twice more, Isabel's parents had to take her back for surgery, and each time the tumor reappeared. Finally, the Pritchards said enough. They decided to let nature take its course.
I remember one day my 2-year-old saying to me, "Isabel, is she going to die?" And I said, "Probably." And she said, "Well, we just need a genie."
Through her sister in San Francisco, Megan heard about Nikolai Levashov. He is rumored to have healed hundreds of people who suffered a variety of ailments. While he may charge as much as $300 per 15-minute session, he sometimes adjusts his fee according to his patient's financial situation. With Isabel near death, Megan hoped he would be their genie. After her first 15-minute visit to the healer, Isabel vomited and had diarrhea for a full day. Surprisingly, Nikolai was pleased.
It's actually very good because it shows that everything is working. I needed to use the kidneys to get to the blood so the toxins were removed from her system.
For 3 weeks, Isabel visited Nikolai every single day. Even when the Pritchards flew home to Iowa, the treatments continued, with Nikolai making gestures over the phone. The vomiting and diarrhea continued.
I found it difficult to find any peace of mind in the fact that Isabel was vomiting and being sick, despite Nikolai assuring me that it was good.
2 months passed. The Pritchards received terrible news. The tumor had grown, and the pressure on her brain was threatening to kill Isabel. She must undergo surgery again.
Isabel still had this massive brain tumor. Nikolai had indicated that he could help her. He had communicated those words to us. And of course my reaction is, well, prove it, show me.
Had Nikolai sold them a bill of goods? The Pritchards held on to a faint hope that Nikolai could still help, just as he reportedly had helped in so many other difficult cases. Would Nikolai's treatment work on her? She did undergo a 4th operation to remove the mass that had regrown. This time, Dr. Muhonen found that the tumor had changed.
What we found inside the tumor was distinctly different from what we found at the time of the first 3 operations. I was surprised to see that this thing was not growing in such an infiltrating fashion as it had been at the time of the first 3 operations.
But Isabel still wasn't out of the woods. Her pathology report revealed that cancer cells still remained.
My husband and I called Nikolai after the surgery and indicated to him that there was still cancer. He told us not to worry. that now that the tumor was gone, that he could prevent it from coming back.
The psychic healing continued in person and over the phone. 3 months after surgery, Isabel had another CAT scan. Remarkably, it showed for the first time her tumor had not grown back.
We, broke down. I think all three of us, in amazement and awe and joy and elation, and it was just an unbelievable moment.
I cannot tell you what ultimately gave this child her cure, at least her cure to this date. Perhaps it was a combination of surgery coupled with the fact that she got treatment from the Russian physicist. I don't think we'll ever know the answer.
Isabel is now an active 5-year-old who recently started kindergarten.
There is no doubt in my husband's and my mind that Nikolai played a radical role in her recovery. He was the only ingredient that we added to an unsuccessful approach.
So what was it that cured Isabel Pritchard? Is there some power that can't be explained by science? Or was it just coincidence? It is important to note the skeptics in the medical mainstream give Nikolai Levashov's methods little or no value. But Dr. Muhonen believes that Isabel is one of a handful of people in the world known to have beaten the type of cancer that nearly killed her.